Hello, everyone. So I'm Olivier Gates, as said by Kat. So I am the founder of VRMS and CEO of that company, Platinum Partner. I apologize a lot for my very bad English and my horrific French accent. Today I would like to talk to you about testing. I'm not really a testing specialist, but I would like to tell you why and how we have been led to develop a testing tool dedicated to FME project workspace. Our initial problem was to improve an application called Caligio. Caligio is an FME-based application designed to provide quality control services. It has been designed, it uses a big and complex FME workspace with dozens of transformers and using the old Python API. It has been designed with FME 2010. And the problem we had was only the following: how to upgrade that workspace, how to optimize it, and be sure in the same time to keep the correct result with possibly better performances. So the traditional way to test to check if a workspace gives a good result consists simply in a log file analysis and a visual inspection of the resulting data set with data inspector or other tools. But all of it is manual jobs that can be very human time consuming. In the case of the Caligio project, we had a lot of checks to make. We have dozens or even hundreds of checks to make. So it was not really a good thing for us to give it manually. So we looked for a way to automatize those testing procedure. And so. Okay. No? Ouais. Sorry. Pourquoi ça marche pas? No return back. Okay. Excuse me. I will change my. Okay. So we looked up for a testing tool, and we found dozens of them. Fantastic. For Java, great. For JavaScript, PHP, Python, but nothing for FME. And so we decided to make one. Here our, hold on, too fast. Here our requirement, our specification for an what we call an ideal testing tool. It has to be output independent. It means that it should work whether you produce CAD files or database or shapefile or both. It has to be non-intrusive, means that you don't have to add a specific transformer in the workspace you want to test. It should be able to run with any FME version and give information about performances. Reliable means here that even if the workspace you want to check fails, if it is not able to run, in any case, the global processing must continue. Okay, so we made it. We did it, or we tried to do it, and we called it rTest, just for regression test. So how does it work? In fact, we can divide the testing procedure in 3 parts. First, you have to write what we call a scenario. A scenario is an XML file that describes the workspace you want to test and the expected results. Then you have to run that scenario with a specific workspace called scenario player. Scenario player will read the scenario and run each workspace described in the scenario. And it will also check if the result matches the expected result. Finally, scenario player will write a report in HTML format. And this report will contain the status of each test, a link to the log file, and information on the performances and memory consumption. So the scenario is an XML file based on an application schema, so rTest.xsd. A scenario is just a collection of tests, and the test itself is a collection of processes. What we call processes, is just a workspace and the associated parameters. So our test is a collection of processes and a collection of checks. Here is an overview of scenario player, but it has no really any interest. I prefer to take time to give you a demo. Let's take a very simple use case. It's the FME version of the famous Hello World example. So in that example, the user of that workspace just has to set the coordinate of a point, and the workspace will extract information about the country that contains the point and store that information in a specialized dataset. So even for such a very, very simple workspace, you have a lot of tests to do if you want to be sure to have the correct result in any case. For instance, you will have to take the case where the point is in a simple polygon, Switzerland, for instance, in a donut, South Africa, in an aggregate with negative value or just on a border. You have a lot of tests to do. Would I just show you how to design the scenario for the case where the point is located in Vancouver. So here is the Hello World workspace we want to test. So it has been developed with FME 2014. And here is the scenario file. I'll try to update. Okay. In the scenario file, we have here the name of scenario, a description, the location of the FME instance we want to use for the test. Here, one of the tricks is that we use here an XML entity as like a variable. Okay, so in fact, the location is defined here. So for that test, we will use FME 2016. Here we just have one test, or is it okay? Yeah, well, just have one test. This is the name of the test. The test contains just one process. You have here the location of the workspace you want to use, and here is only published parameter. So that corresponds to the location of Vancouver. And you have to check. Make here, voilà. The first check here, okay. We'll expect that the number of feature in the resulting data set defined here. So that number of feature should be 1. And the other one, the other test here, define that the value of the attribute name of the first row should be Canada. So now I can go for the test now. So I'm going to run it in the command line. Yep. Okay. So I can show you just the parameter here, maybe. So you just have to call, of course, scenario player, and there are just two parameters. Scenario, the location of the scenario file, and the location of the report HTML you want to provide. You probably see here that scenario player itself is run by an FME 2017 instance, but we use FME 2016 to run the workspace we want to test. Okay, it's done. So we can check now for the result. So result is in report. So it's an HTML file. Okay, should be here. So if there were the name of the scenario, the name, the date should be correct. Sorry for the hour. This is a French hour. Okay, you can see here. Yeah, it's okay, 11 p.m. in France. And we use that FM instance. The processing itself, so the process, the workspace has been launched successfully. You can show and access the log file here directly. So the status is okay. And you can see that the workspace take less than 4 seconds to execute itself. And you can see here the memory consumption. In fact, the value extract from the log file. Below, you have information about the status of the check. Both were successful. The number of observed feature is 1, exactly as expected. And we found Canada correctly as expected. So now I would like just to upgrade that workspace, and specifically the spatial filter transformer. Since FME 2016, it's really easy now to upgrade the transformer. You just have to give a right click. So we want to move from spatial filter version 5 to version 9. And you can see there are several additional parameters that have been added. So I would like to choose the support all predicates value for the new support mode parameter. Okay. I save the workspace in FME 2017 without backup. Okay. I can rerun the test. Okay. If I run the test again, of course it would fail. I can see it in the report file. Of course, it failed because it continued to be launched by FME 2016. And of course, we have upgraded, so it's normal that we have AC here and status in error. So I have just to change the instance I want to use here in the scenario. Okay. So now I want to use an FME 2017 instance to run that workspace. I run the scenario player once again. OK, it's done. I just have to refresh the result. And here there is something interesting. The process itself runs successfully. You can see the status is OK. You can see the log file, which is OK. But no file has been produced, as there is no feature that have been written by the application. So the process is OK, it's fine, but you can see that the 2 checks fail. So this is a typical example of regression that you can see when you upgrade a transformer or you change an FME version. Now I would like to just to show you two true life example extract from the Calijo project. Here is an example of scenario of report that we use for our Calijo project. So as you can see, there are several tests. There are a lot of tests. Okay, and we have a lot of scenario to test the full application. Okay, you can see directly some tests are some checker okay, other one fails. And here is the scenario file. So of course itself it's a little bit it's more complicated. You can see here that the workspace used in that case need a lot of parameters to run. What is interested in that case is that we are able to use an SQL query to define the expected value for each text check. Sorry. So this is a powerful way to define the expected value. Okay. So to come back to the Calijo project, give you quick feedback. Thanks to rTest, so we were able to improve that application, Calijo, which is now faster, at least for 40%, which is really more easy to maintain now. A minute, okay, and we can provide more frequent releases. So rTest today is an open source project, so you can use it on GitHub. The last version is based on FME 2017, and we use it internally for our project or for some clients. rTest has been designed with a generic vision, global vision, but we have developed it only to fit our needs. So it suffers currently from some limitation. Currently, only a few formats are supported. Oracle, PostgreSQL, these are the two formats that we really use in production. And the other ones, Shapefile and SpatiaLite, had just been added for demonstration. This is the same way for the checking operators. We only use in production what we call regexp, which is a combination of a SQL query and a regular expression. And the other one, checking operator, has been added just for demonstration. But if you understand how rTest works, it will be easy now to improve it. It's really easy to add a new format. a little bit more complex to add the new checking operators, but it's possible. You just have to modify a workspace called checker.xml.fmw, and of course the application schema to upgrade the XML file. Okay. Now, if I have 2 minutes left, I think it's possible. Okay, I would like to just to give you two statements about the development of big FME workspace or FME project. The first one is about the cost and the time to develop and to maintain an FME application. To my opinion, the cost to maintain an FME workspace increased dramatically with the complexity of this workspace. So as shown on the yellow line. But if you use a testing tool, I think that you will have an initial cost more important, but the evolution of the cost with the complexity will be more regular, and at the final, you will have a cost less important and probably better quality. The other statement is about the organization for a big FME project. I think that in addition and in parallel to a classical team of developers for such a project, it's probably a good idea to add a new person, that I call a controller. The job of the controller is to design the test case, to write the scenario file, to automatize the execution of the scenario and of the test with tools like FME Server or Jenkins, and also to analyze the report file. In fact, this is a classical organization for a development team. Okay. So to conclude, I think that if you care about quality, probably you will agree with me to say that testing tools are essential to any IT project. For me, rTest is a proposal for the FME community. You can use it, improve it, or build a new one from scratch. But I think that we need testing tools for FME. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We have about 5 minutes for questions.
Great.
Oh, here we go.
Thank you for producing this, by the way. It's stuff to do like
Thank you.
maybe other contributors in the near future. But any consideration for like custom transformer tests as opposed to full workspace tests?
Comment ça marche ça? No, sorry. I need a translator. No. No, big. Yeah. Yes, I think. Okay. I think that you, okay, Frederick, give the good reply. Thank you, Frederick. Other, maybe?
Was this testing tool also demanded by the one you work for?
By the client? No. No. No.
I'm glad you presented this. It's one of the things I didn't bring into this example of stuff about a lot of Java developers, and see that a lot of software development has years long of experience of all kinds of testing tools, with working methods, and we as FME, the community, don't have them developed yet to the same level of professionalism. But they are demanded by our clients, expected by community developers. So I'm glad you presented it.
Okay, thank you.
How we can together improve that.
Okay, thank you. It's not really a question, but yeah, of course I agree with you. Yeah. But unfortunately, the client often doesn't have your opinion. What wants the client is something that run at the lower price. Okay, so if you see them and you begin to explain to them or them that at the final, at the end of the project, the quality will be better, but and the total price will be lower, but at the end of the project, but you have to invest now to define the test case. So often it will, I think this will lead to increase initial cost. So it's not a very good point for us in our strategy, in our idea. Okay. Okay, thank you.